We used to live in Switzerland, and on a lot of our hikes and forest walks, we would come across these beautifully organized little wood piles, but it seemed like nobody was tending them. Maybe it was tended by a little army of magical Swiss elves, you never could quite tell. But we were inspired that when we came home someday, we would have our own Swiss wood pile.
The bunkhouse where our woodpile is situated is just up the hill from our main cabin. We built this bunkhouse during the COVID lockdown back in May and June. Click on the link above for a time-lapse showing how we built the bunkhouse. I have modeled the whole project as well as the front section of the bunkhouse in Google SketchUp, which I hope will show the design in greater detail. The original design of the building included an area in front of the foremost posts and beams and under the overhanging deck. The total area of the woodpile is 40 inches deep by 36 inches tall by 32 feet long, an area of 320 square feet or about 2.5 cords of wood. The logs were cut to 20 inches, the length that fits both side to side and front to back in our wood stove, and stacked in 2 rows. The woodpile will sit on platforms that keep the wood off the ground and provide a stable and level structure. Each end has 4 vertical supports to hold in both the front and back edges of each stack. Each support rack has a few extra feet and includes dividers, so one area might be unloaded without the whole stack shifting or rolling. It's definitely a bit of overkill, but that's the point. It's Swiss. It has to be near perfect, or one might expect copious tisking and knowing head shakes from the neighbors. I wouldn't be at all surprised if there was a code book for this in Switzerland. The racks are 8 feet long and include a support for the front and back edge of each stack. To accomplish this, I cut the end boards 33.5 inches, which allows for a bit of overhang on the front and back as well as a few inches in between. My chainsaw bar is 20 inches, so I used it to measure the cuts, but a little bit of inconsistency in the bucked pieces were within the allowable tolerances of the design. Malia regularly accuses me of standing around and watching her work, although she's usually correct. I would like the world to bear witness to this. All the wood is pressure treated 2x4s, and the fasteners are 3 1/8 inch GRK deck screws. I built a large side deck on our cabin last fall that doubles as a spiffy workbench for large-scale projects. It's one of the few surfaces around here that is square and level. Borrowing from wall framing, the boards were crowned before being fastened to the end boards.